Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is May 29th, 2024, and about 3 weeks ago, I decided to make a change. A lot of things are going on. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to have something for work. So I got a new vehicle, and it is fully electric. So what I wanted to do today is I want to talk a little bit about this car and why I decided to go this route at this stage in my life. This is what I used to do to deliver the mail. It's a 2015 Jeep Patriot. It's got about 50 cubic feet, costs about $80 a week for me in gas to fill it, to do my route, to do the errands that I have around in it. Before that, I had a Dodge Caravan. It was about $120 at the current rate of gasoline to fill it, so it was way more expensive. Now I've gone to this. This is a Hyundai Kona. There's two trim packages. This is the ultimate package. It's a 2024 and it is fully electric. It's got about the same size storage capacity as that one, so I'm not losing anything by going this way. You can see right there on the front is my charge port. It's showing 3 bars, which means I am around 75% plus, or just below 75%. But we'll get into how you can charge these vehicles, how long it takes. I want to show you the inside of it as well, and why I decided to go electric at this stage. Let's do a little walk around. You can see here the electric badge on the back. The lines, this all new trim design from the old Kona that they had. The light bar kind of reminds me of RoboCop. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see that all lit up. We'll see what we can do. Now it's daytime. It's got a few bugs on it because it has been used. Let's go inside and have a look inside. So right off the bat, you can see the big screen panels. There are some real buttons in this vehicle too. There's a little shelf here. Not much you can put in there. Maybe your sunglasses can go in there. We have a small drawer there. In the middle, we've got cup holders that you can push these buttons and make them a little bit smaller. Or you can hold the space, which I like to do, so I can put different things in there. There's a little bit of storage space here, and there is a little tiny cup or a little bin in there as well. The back seat has quite a bit of space. We'll get into that and what's back there as well. You can see up front I have a charger set up there for my light for work. There are some new plug-ins if you've got the newer style jacks to go there. This is a wireless charging device for your phone. There are some buttons here that make it a little bit fancy. So we've got heated seats, cooling seats, heated steering wheel, auto lock or auto hold, which means when you pull up to a stop sign or a red light, you can push that button and take your foot off the brake pedal. And then when you want to go, just hit the accelerator and it'll go. Drive mode, there are several drive modes. Economy, normal, sport, and snow are all the different features you can have there. There is 360-degree cameras. There is heated and cooling seats as well for the passenger side, and the parking assist button. Here you can see there is the auto air conditioning, the circulation in here. You can have it driver only, which I really like, because a lot of the times I'm delivering the mail, and so there's no one in the passenger side, so I'm just focusing the energy at me rather than wasting it the other side. And then, of course, our front and rear defrost and the sync button, so you can have both sides at the same temperature or different if you'd like. Let's turn it on and see what it looks like. Everything can be modified, so these screens can look differently if you want to. There are buttons to make you change what you want. As I'm in Canada, it's in kilometers per hour. This shows you whether it's charging. If you have a blue zone here where you're braking, it'll show you regenerating your battery, or it'll be a white line here if you're using the battery up. Shows you I'm at a 66% charge currently, and I have traveled 1,839 kilometers. currently in the econo mode. The emergency brake is always on when you're in brake mode, but as I said, you can change from econo to normal to sport mode and to snow if it's a little bit slippery out, which I like because this is a front wheel drive vehicle. I'm going to put it back in economy for right now. There also is this panel display here, which is fully touchscreen. So you can go to your music, you can have your mapping set up. If you want to know where you are, you can do that. You can go back to the home. You can set up your phone, CarPlay syncing with your phone, voice memos, weather conditions. So current weather conditions here in Moncton, New Brunswick, 21 degrees and a little bit cloudy. And then, let's go back to that screen again. Valet mode, so you can lock some of the things so you're the valet, if you happen to have one, doesn't get into your belongings. Setup. In here is where you're going to go if you want to change anything about your vehicle. There is color displays, lights inside. You can change the colors for those. If you want to know more about your EV, your battery conditioning, your utility mode, you can change all that in there. We can go back. Navigation. If you want to pick what you want to have for your information on your maps, what's showing, you can go in there. The sounds. What do you want to have beeping when it's there? Somebody that's in your, a collision obstacle, someone who's in your blind spots, all that's possible to change and put sounds in on. If you want to connect different devices, different phones, set that up. Change your profile, screen layout. So once again, you can change these screens, so you can go into there and change what you're looking at with different gauges. So let's go classic gauge style. So you can see there, you want to have it kilometers an hour, the charging. Kind of neat to see it that way. And let's just leave it that way for the moment. Oh wait, there was one in there that I don't think I've even looked at before. Where did we get? We were in screen layout. Split screen. Charging in. So yeah, all sorts of different things. And of course, there's more things down below that you can change too. The different buttons, what does what. So for example, there's a mode button here. Talking about buttons that are on here too, you've got voice control, you've got answering and hanging up your telephone. Over here, of course, you've got cruise control, you've got lane assist. So if there are clearly marked lanes, you can put this on and the car will drive itself and stay within the lanes. But don't talk to somebody else. Don't put on cruise control and put on lane assist and think the car will drive for you. If those lanes disappear, or if a pedestrian walks out, you have to be aware and drive. So this button here just changes what you see in the middle, your trip or your compass. You can adjust the speed and stuff on your cruise control. Over here, you can adjust the music or stations you're on. You can mute or put it up and down your volume. There is paddle shifting too that you can have over here. That changes the regenerative power that you're putting towards your brakes. Of course, you have your lights here. It can be on auto, which is what it currently is. And you have wipers, which also can be on auto. Auto detects raindrops, whether it's on the front screen or the back screen. Speaking of the front screen, can you see here in the screen? So the driver only can see this. It shows you what the speed limit is in the zone you're on, whether the lanes are there, your current speed. But if you happen to be sitting in the passenger seat, you can't see it in the windshield. The windshield just looks clear. Only the driver can see it. So that's kind of a different thing. The buttons on the side panel too, we have the usual ones for the windows, the door locks, and adjusting the mirrors. There is 360-degree cameras, so you can see here. We can show what is around us. So anytime we turn on a turn signal, their camera shows up what's on the side. Let's go to the other side. And then if we go into reverse and back up too, we will see what's around us. There's up and above everything and everything that's showing behind us. Let's go back into park. And we'll turn off the turn signal. All right, what else do we want to show you before we get going? Let's go look at the back. Let's hop in the back seat. Lots of legroom. Lots of space back here. I keep all my stuff for Canada Post. There is outlet chargers too. If you're in the back seat, you have those as well. It is a 60-40 split. On the seats are very easy. You just pull that and they recline. Perfect for my mail. And then on the trunk, there you go. There's the trunk space, 60-40. There is additional space below here too, where you would have a spare tire. I don't have one, so it's extra storage. This easily unclips, and you can take it off. And then in the front, where you might traditionally have an engine, and you have this, which is the frunk. The little tiny trunk there, you can see it has a charging cable. If you want to plug into a North American outlet, you probably get an adapter if you're in another country, or if you buy in another country, you're going to get a different end. If you charge with this cable into a regular outlet, it'll take you 57 hours to get from 0 to 100%. It's not ideal, but if you're stuck somewhere, that's what you're going to want to use. Also comes with a tire repair kit to get you short distance. And you can see there's the regular battery. And not much to the engine here, where there's not going to be any oil changes to be done. You've got windshield washer fluid and some engine fluid, and then the batteries are all below. Well, we talked about charging. If you're going to plug into a regular outlet in your house or out and about, it's going to take you a very long time to charge. So what you want to do is you want to go to this button here, if you're out driving around, and say, where are my closest charging stations? And it will come up with a list of charging stations. Now, what do they mean? Okay, this red one here, it doesn't work, so don't drive there. You don't have access to it. It's offline. Same with the gray one. It is showing that it's offline right now. This is probably in use, where this one probably isn't working. The greens are what you want to look for. They mean they're active. If it's an AC charge, it's going to take about, well, depending on where you are. If you're at 20% and you want to get back to 100%, it'll take you about 6.5 hours on an AC charger. If you can find a DC charger, here's one here at Honda, it takes about 45 minutes to go from 20% back to 100%. Now let's look at some chargers. Instead of plugging into a regular outlet, this might be what you're looking for. This is a level 2 charger. Currently shows $1.50 an hour at this commercial rate, and to go from 20% to 100% on my car, it'll take about 6.5 hours. So you may not want to be out and spend 6.5 hours to charge your vehicle. You also may not want to plug into your house jack and take 57 hours. So the next option is to go to a turbocharger or a DC charger. This is an AC charger, level 2. Turbocharger is a DC charger, and I'll show you that next. This is an example of a turbo charger. There are different adapters. You have to figure out which one is perfect for your car, whether it is this one or whether it is this one. In my case, it is the combo, and so all you have to do is unclip from there, go down here into your charging port, take off the caps, and there's your combo, so you can plug in with that. This one is a pay charger. So it shows you here the rate on this for us is $20 Canadian per hour. It might take you 45 minutes. For me, I'm already at 60%, so it's not going to take me that long to charge. Half an hour, I'd be back at 100%, maybe even a little bit less. So it wouldn't cost a lot, $10 maybe, to get me back to full percentage. So this is one type of charger you're going to find out here. This is supplied by NB Power, so it's something you're going to have to pay for. It's a commercial charger. When planning your trips, you really want to know where your next chargers are going to be, especially if you're going any sort of distance. and you want to have an app like Flow, which I have here. It tells me where my chargers are. It also tells me how much money I have, because you can charge your card up to pay for these commercial chargers. Having a free charger is ideal. There are a few around here, but not as many as I like. And perhaps where you are, you don't have very many. So my next option was getting a charger at home. The next option is having a level 2 charger installed in your house, which is what I was able to do, fortunately. So when I get home from work, or in the evening when I'm done work, I can plug it in when the battery is low, and it will be all ready for me first thing in the morning. I don't mind plugging it in for 4 hours when I'm not using it at home, and I don't have to travel anywhere, and it only costs me the rate of electricity in my own home, so it is that much cheaper. I wanted to give you an idea of how quiet this car is. So when you're driving along, you can hear the road noise of the wheels, but that's about it. If there's wind blowing outside, you'll hear that. You can see in the gauge now, it says I'm doing 58. I should probably slow down a little bit. It's gonna pick up the appropriate speed. I'm going by a sign now. And it picks it up that it's a 50 zone. If you see me exceed 50, see it has gone red, means I'm speeding. I drop that back down. There also, it's in the gauge there how fast you're going. They're also over here in the gauge showing that I'm going 49 in a 50 zone. And if I put my lane assist on, you can see I am not with my hands on the wheel right now, or my legs. And it will drive around the corner because there are lanes. And that's how easy that works. So why now? Why did I switch to an electric now? Well, lots of different reasons. One, there's some great incentives by our federal and provincial governments right now. If you buy an electric vehicle, the federal government gives you a $5,000 rebate. Depending on which province you are in, I am in New Brunswick, so we also get an additional $5,000 off that. So $10,000 off the sticker price of the car. That's a big incentive. Here in New Brunswick also, if you put in a charging station in your home, like I have, a level 2, they'll give you 50% off the cost of buying that charging station and the installation, up to $750. So that was a nice bonus. I got my level 2 charging station included with the purchase of my car, so that was an additional cost that I was able to save. So that's one of the reasons that we took advantage and did it right now. 2, my son is graduating from high school. He was going to need a vehicle to get him back and forth to work, so he is going to use the Jeep now for that, as it was getting a bit older for me. I knew I was going to have to replace it soon anyways for work. And for work, it worked out great. I was spending so much on gasoline doing all my trips. Now I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about oil changes. The cost and maintenance looks like it will be cheaper. Maybe I'll do a video in a year's time and tell you what the reality was with it. But I have a charging station at home now, so I'm not paying the commercial rates for charging it up. I can tell you the first 1,500 kilometers, I was using the public charging stations, and it cost me $80 to go 1,500 kilometers. So in the past, in the Jeep, I was spending $80 a week, and I was maybe going 400 or 350 kilometers in that. So I am definitely ahead in savings that way. Well, for now, that's my review of the Hyundai Kona electric in the ultimate package. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'm going to enjoy driving it for the next 10 years or whatever I'm driving it for. You guys have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?